Hi, welcome to Code.io. So, if you were to scroll down on LinkedIn on some random day, you would find tons of posts from software engineers saying that they have got into a new company, and you would have seen the picture that they use, and most of it would be a picture of a MacBook. So, you might have wondered why every software engineer is going with a Mac, and we'll see exactly what the reason is in this video. So, there are so many factors that are involved here, but let me just start with the absolute reason that anyone who might be associated with the company or not might go with a MacBook for this particular reason, right? So MacBooks generally have the basics sorted out really well. So what exactly do I mean by that? So what are the basic things for a laptop, right? It should have a good display. It should have proper input types like trackpad, keyboard. Those should be nice. It should have a decent battery life and it should have good speakers, right? So these are basic things involved in a laptop, and these are done really well in MacBooks. So the displays are retina displays. They have good sharpness, they have good color accuracy, and it is quite pleasing to look at when you are doing long hours of coding. And the keyboard, they had a very huge fiasco from 2016 to 2020, but it's alright now. The trackpads have been excellent for a very long time. No other product is even close these days, right? So the trackpads are excellent, and the speakers, they are really doing well for their sizes these days. So the basics, they are all really good. And apart from this, these are hardware reasons, right? These are really good. Apart from this, the software, the Mac OS itself is really good. There is a survey done by Stack Overflow, right? And they have found that most of the software engineers are using some Mac platform for their development purpose, right? So the Mac OS itself is really stable. In my personal experience, I have had a Windows laptop, not some off-the-shelf cheap laptop. It is quite spec'd well. It has Ryzen 7 and it has NVMe SSD, so it should be performing well, right? But even though the specifications might be good, I've had so many crashes just because of Windows. I'm not complaining. Actually, I'm complaining, but yeah, I understand the reasons why Windows has to be this way. But when you have a choice, you don't actually have to go through that route, right? So yeah, Windows has so many advantages, but this is something that I faced a lot. Constant restarts and so many blue screen issues, right? So that is that. But never have I ever found such a bug in macOS. I've been using macOS since 2015, and it's almost 7 years now, and I haven't had any serious problems, right? So macOS has been excellent to me, and it's quite stable, so there is no issues there as well. So the hardware and the software, they are really good, and those are some main reasons why software engineers tend to go towards MacBook Pros. And another factor that you might have to consider here is the companies themselves, they are providing MacBook Pros, right? It is not that they are purchasing it on their own. Like, they might be Windows users, but the company might be providing you with a MacBook. So companies like I don't want to name names. So many companies are there, they are providing MacBooks for their software engineers, and the reason might be like the reasons that I've just said, right? So these might be the reasons that they are going with that. But if they have to develop for iOS, there is no other way that you can develop in a Windows laptop, right? So you'll definitely need a MacBook for that. Other than that, I don't see any other reason why companies should be going there for MacBooks. So that is that. Now, there are so many other companies that are providing Windows laptops. So many companies in India are providing their employees with ThinkPads and Dell or HP laptops in i7 configuration with very decent specifications, right? So there are companies that are providing other products as well, but yeah, this is the common phenomena that you can observe. Yeah, so what else do I have to say?
1 hour later.
But the port situation, the port situation is quite yeah, they had this problem from 2016 to 2021. They only had Thunderbolt ports, so you'll have to use a dongle for anything that you need. That was quite a pain, but now in the recent 14 and 16 inch MacBook Pros, they have brought back SD card and HDMI, and so that is that. But there is no USB-A still. That might be an issue for some of you, but hopefully it is not. HDMI should be more than enough, right? If you are in a meeting, if you have to present your laptop, you don't have to search for a dongle. You have the HDMI port, you can plug it in and it works fine. So that I really appreciate it. So, and that is that. But hold your horses if you just want to go ahead and buy a MacBook, because Apple is moving from Intel to their own native silicon. So there are quite some issues when it comes to certain softwares, right? If you are writing a software that is very specific, or it has some architecture specific things, that it is not ideal for you to develop there, because the rest of the world is still in x86 architecture. They are not moving to ARM anytime soon. So Apple moving to the ARM architecture is affecting a lot of developers. I have seen many people who are not able to develop their softwares in macOS because of this. There are some there are some Intel Macs available, but I wouldn't recommend those as well. So if you absolutely want a MacBook, you can go for it, but check if your area of development is properly working on the new ARM silicon or Apple silicon based Macs, right? So you can check that. I'll link one particular channel. It's by Alexander, and he has done quite an extensive test. He has done videos on so many software development tools if they are performing well in Apple silicon, right? So you can check that out and check if your area of development is actually possible in ARM Macs. So check that out before getting into the ecosystem. Yeah, so that is that. So if most of your customers or most of your clients or the software you're developing for, the users, if they are using x86 architecture, it's better to stick there, right? If it is just standard development or iOS development, it's completely fine, or even for web development, it's completely fine to go with ARM. But anything other than that, just check with just check in the internet if your particular area of development is properly possible in ARM Macs. So I just wanted to mention that as well. And after all, they are just tools. It is not a necessity to have a Mac, and it doesn't make you better in any way. So yeah, so that is that. Don't worry or don't think too much about it. It is not honor to have a MacBook. So that is that. So hope you had your questions answered. And if you're a developer trying to get into the Apple ecosystem, first check with the internet that your specific area of development is available. And if you're on a budget, just go with a MacBook Air. It's absolutely fine. Or if you absolutely need the ports, you can go with the 14-inch MacBook Pro with the M1 Pro processor. It is really good as well. Yeah, so that is that. If you have any further questions, put them in the comments and I'll get back to you. If you like the video, please like the video, and if you want to become a software engineer, you can try to subscribe to Code.io, because we already have so many videos for interview preparation and things like that. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.